Hello everyone, welcome to Network Genic. So today we will discuss about Telnet and SSH. Basically, what do you mean by Telnet? So Telnet. Telnet is an application layer protocol which is used to get the remote access of CLI based devices. It uses TCP as its transport layer protocol. It uses TCP port number 23. As you know basic things about Telnet, that it is an application layer protocol which is used to get the remote access of CLI based devices, like suppose the company has two branches, one is located in Pune and one is located in Mumbai, and if you want to access the devices which is located at Mumbai, then you will do some remote access method. Then for that I am going to use Telnet. If I use going to use the Telnet, then what are the basic requirements that we face to configure on the machine so that we get the telnet access? For that, we must have to check the device reachability, which is by doing the ping. Means both devices are reachable or not, your telnet server and telnet client, and the line gateway password must be set, and the optional thing enable password or secret set. Like if you give this password to the telnet server, then you are allowed to enter into the privilege mode as well as configuration mode also. So let's start with the configuration and practical of telnet. Then we will discuss about secure cell and the basic requirements of the secure cell. First I am going to show how you do the telnet. For this I am going to do the lab on the virtual machine that I have shown you in the previous video, the installation and all the things of the Eve machine. In this thing I have taken two nodes, one is of server and one is of Windows machine. This server is nothing, just a router. I have just changed the image of the router so that it seems to be a server. Now more action, start all nodes. Okay, wait for the Windows to be started. Again start all nodes. Windows is also started now. Now open the Windows machine as it will take some time, and open the server also. Okay, let the Windows to be started. To get clear understanding, basically what this is our topology, which is of server and user one. Like user one is located in Pune and server is located in Mumbai, and in between there are so many devices that came in to the server and user one. Okay, for that I have represented that devices within a cloud, and I have given the IP of the server machine as 192.168.1.1.1 and the .100. All are hosted on the /24. Okay. Now first thing we have to check the basic reachability, by which we will check by ping command. Then we will check the line VTY password. Then we will check the enable password or secret. Okay. Let's go. This is our Windows machine which is started. Now go to the Open Network and Sharing Center. I'm going to zoom this so that you are able to see clearly. Change adapter settings, local area network, properties, IPv4, and now you have to give the IP 192.168.101.100 and the gateway 192.168.101.1, which is of server's IP. Okay, just click on OK, close. Okay, your IP has been assigned on the Windows machine. Now go to the CMD, Now what you have to do, the basic reachability. For basic reachability, IP must be configured on server also. For that, I am going to configure the IP on the server first. Here I am on the server. Now I am going to change the host name also. Configure terminal host name server. Okay. Interface fast Ethernet 0x0 IP address 192.168.101.1 space 25. Okay, no shutdown, exit, do right. Okay, as you can able to see, 192.168.101 is the IP which is assigned on fast Ethernet 0x0 status of protocol up. Okay, now configuration of the telnet. For telnet, basic reachability must be done. For this, let's check from here. Ping 192.168.101.100 successfully pinging. Now check from Windows machine also. Ping 192.168.101.1. Reply is coming from server also. Okay, it means your session is working properly. Now first thing is verified, means your device reachability, then line BTY password, and then enable password. Let's do that configuration also. Configure terminal line. For this I am going to configure first enable secret Cisco. Enable secret Cisco is okay. This one is the command and this one is your password. Secret means that your password is encrypted. If I give the enable password and then anything, then it will be in the plain text format, but I have assigned the only secret thing. Okay, then line VTY configuration, line VTY 0 to 2. Line VTY 0 to 2, it means that you are allowing to open server for only for the 3 times. Okay, we will check it. Now give the password as something network Genix. Okay, and give the command login, which is a mandatory command. Now check the do show history. Line VTY 0 to 2, this is the command I have given, and the enable secret and the IP addresses. Okay, now check that your telnet service is enabled or not. Show control plane host open ports. Okay, you can see verify here. Show control plane host open ports TCP. Here telnet service is enabled. Active internet connections. Okay. Okay. Now go on to the Windows machine. Okay. Now for this I am going to use third-party tool, which is Putty software, which is installed in my PC, through which we can do the telnet of the server. Click on telnet host name. As we have checked the basic reachability is done, then all the configurations are done on the server. Now I am going to access the server through on Windows machine. We have to simply type the IP 192.168.101.1 is the IP, and you have to give the port number as 23 because the telnet's port number is 23, and you have to simply click connection type on telnet and click on open. Here you can see password prompt. Now here you have to give the password that you have typed on the server is network Genix. Okay, here you go, enable. Okay, here you can do all the things, and your enable password is the Cisco, means enable secret. Okay, now I have assigned on the server that if you see line VTY 0 to 2, it means only 3 sessions are allowed to 0, 1 and 2. 3 sessions are allowed to open and not the 4th session. Let's check. Okay, okay, let's try again. Duplicate session. Here duplicate session is allowed. Network Genix enable. Okay, and Cisco. Okay, two sessions are opened. See, one session and another session. Now I'm going to open third session, which password network Genix. Okay, enable Cisco. Okay, now we are not allowed to open the fourth session, but we are trying to do so. Password required but none set. Okay, this error you will get on the your machine if you try to open after the three sessions. Okay, in this way you can open the telnet session and do the configuration of the server on your Windows machine. You can also do the telnet through CMD. How? Just go on this your CMD and type telnet 192.168.101.1. This will prompt your error. Telnet is not recognized as an internal. Simply you have to enable a service which is a telnet client service. You have to go to the control panel. Okay, go to the category programs, turn Windows features on or off. Here you will find the telnet client option. Here you can see the telnet client. Click on OK. It will take few minutes to get completed. Okay, here you can see this one is completed. Now I am going to cut this one. Now again initiate a telnet traffic. Okay, now it will ask for the password. Network, sorry, password is wrong. Network Genix. Okay, enable Cisco. Here you can access the server on your CMD. Okay, okay. So in this way you can do the telnet of any machine. Now let's go to the topic of the SSH. So what do you mean by SSH? SSH is an application layer protocol. It is also used to get the remote access of CLI based devices, but in a secure way. Same thing, it also uses TCP as its transport layer protocol. It also uses TCP port number 22, means the telnet protocol number is 23 and SSH protocol number is 22. It provides a secure channel over an unsecured network by using a client-server architecture connecting an SSH client application with an SSH server. Means SSH server and SSH client will be connected with the one. Now let's understand in brief. Suppose this is a server, this is a user. I am going to delete something. Just delete this one and delete this one too. Now this one is for SSH. Okay, suppose your server and user wants to access your server. What will this do? If a user will initiate a traffic of SSH to the server, then after the successful completion, it will encrypt the data. Okay, encrypt. It will encrypt the data whatever sending between your client and the server. For this, we to achieve the SSH configuration, we have to do the following configuration also, like basic requirements for SSH configuration. What? Device reachability, same as of the telnet. Enable password must be set. Here you have to set the enable password. It is a mandatory, and in telnet case that is an optional thing. Crypto key must be generated. Crypto key must be generated means you are generating a key which are the public key and which are be shared by in between your client and the server. Domain name must be set, which means your domain name is set so that you can Let's arrange this one. First you have to set the domain name, then you will able to generate the crypto key. Okay, then username and password must be set. So line without password must be set, and SSH version 2 is recommended. By default 1.99 version is enabled after the successful generation of the crypto key. So let's configure the basic things again. Now I am going to wipe all the things so that you can view the clear and fresh start of the devices, how you can do the SSH. Everything are cleared. Now start all nodes. Everything is started. Now click on server. Server is moving, and open the Windows. Windows will take some time until I am going to check the server. Now we have to configure server as a SSH server. Check your Windows machine is opened or not. Here you go. Your Windows machine is going to open. Now what you have to do, on Windows machine you have to simply IP in the same fashion as in the telnet. Open network and sharing center, go change adapter settings, LAN properties, TCP IP4, and then IP 192.168.101.1, 192.168.101.1. Sorry, here the IP will be 100 because it's the IP on the PC. Click on OK. OK. Close this one. Go to CMD. OK. Click IP config. As you can see, the IP is assigned 192.168.101.100. Okay, let's go on to the server for the configuration of SSH. Enable configure terminal, host name, server. Now what we have to do is, the first thing is IP assignment. Interface fast ethernet 0/0, IP address 192.168.101.1 space 255.0. Now shut down, do right, OK, and exit. Check the IP is assigned or not. Do show IP interface brief. Now your IP has been assigned. Second thing, enable password must be set. Now we are going to set enable password. Enable secret Cisco. Okay. Now third thing is the domain name must be set. Domain name, how to set? IP domain name cisco.com. Enter. Okay. Now domain name is set. Now fourth thing, crypto key must be generated. Now it's time to generate crypto key. For that, crypto key generate RSA, enter. I'm going to assign 1024, hit enter. It will generating 1024-bit RSA key. This key will be non-exportable. Okay. Now what I have told you that it will by default enable the 1.99 version of SSH. Now you have to manually change the version. IP SSH version 2. Okay. Now the another thing, I have done this thing. Now username and password must be set. We are going to assign the username admin, assign the full privilege level by 15, password Cisco. Okay, then after you will see line with your password must be set. Line with UI 0 to 2, but 0 to 2. So for this you have to simply type the login local it means it will look up for the local database table. Okay, do right. Now check that your SSH service is enabled or not. How to check? Show control plane host open ports. Now you will be able to see SSH server is enabled and telnet is also enabled. Why? Because telnet has only three things. What are them? Device reachability, enable password, and this one, line verify password. These are also in that one. Okay, configure terminal, do right. I have saved the configuration. Now go to the Windows machine. Again open your third-party tool, which is Putty. Now here you have to click on SSH. If it is clicked on serial, then click on SSH. Host 192.168.1.100. Sorry, 101.1. Port number must be 22 because SSH port number is 22 of TCP. And click on open. It will ask for the entry in the registry. You have to simply click on yes. Now login as. What is the username? Type the username here, admin, and password is Cisco. See, you are able to assign into the privileged mode. Now you can do anything. Configure terminal. You have entered into the server configuration mode. In this way you can do the SSH and telnet of the server. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more updates. If you are new to our channel, then do subscribe, comment, like and share with your friends, and never miss any update from Network Genix. Thank you for watching the video.